morning, guys. Danny here at Partay. So just dropping in to let our viewers know what's going on in the background while we're in absentia. I know I've not really posted much in the past couple of weeks, so we just wanted to kind of cover off on a couple of things. So first, I'm going to start with the launch. So when we say launch, to define that, that's not just a single screen. It's going to be a set of 4 screens. So some of them you've heard before, some of you have heard the names, but you haven't really seen the screen. So Polaris and Vega Plus are going to be the 2 darker gray screens. All of these are going to be in the gray family. We've got also Vega that will be displaying. Now Vega Plus has been displayed, but we're going to display it alongside those others so that you can see kind of where it fits squarely in the color environment. The new one, so we'll have Polaris is going to be our darkest gray. And you've seen a sneak peek of that, but we'll be showing the full screen in a little more detail. But also, we're going into an area that we've always stayed out of, and that was lighter gray screens. So we just feel like it's time for us to go there. So we're going to be creating, already created a lighter gray screen that's going to sit kind of, I would say, close in proximity to the Cine-Gray 5D. It's going to be called Daystar. We're lifting the name from our installation screens. So we've always used Daystar as a baseline for installation, meaning that we can go up or down in color if need be. We can make it more Lambertian, more specular, and that's for primarily church installations, and it's all dictated by the environment that the screen would be sitting in. But we're going to keep that. I mean, that's obviously something for installation that we're going to hold on to, but we won't call it Daystar. We never really called it Daystar with the folks that we were, creating them for. So it was never really called a Daystar screen. I think maybe once or twice we may have mentioned the name to the folks that we were installing for. But we're going to use that name for our lighter screen. So we will have, for the first time, a very light Partay screen that holds up actually pretty dang well in light. So interested in showing you that. At the same time, we're going to be releasing some merchandise. So we've been working on accumulating some merchandise designs and things like that. So a lot of that's going to come, and all that's going to hit right around the Halloween time frame, somewhere in that ballpark. So we'll have all of that released soon enough. We're also expanding our international sales, so there's going to be additional places that we'll be selling internationally. And I'll also be reaching out to a couple of folks to see if they would be kind enough to provide us a review. On the bird front, so had an interesting back and forth exchange with Google on Monday, and that was in relation to, I provided them a copy of Bird's video showing his expired provisional patent. I provided that, I think it was late Monday, and I followed up on Tuesday. So I haven't heard back from him yet, but I expect that we're going to. So along that line, and thank you guys, because the one thing I'm not doing is I'm not going to sit and waste my damn time watching some hour, 2 hour, 3 hour long video by this knucklehead. So thank you guys for still dropping some comments by to keep me in the loop on what's going on. It's much appreciated. I mean that sincerely, much appreciated. But Ken, so here's my thought. Now, I hadn't seen it. I didn't go back and look. I've just had people tell me, but yeah, I'm not using salad dressing. I'm not using vegetable oil. I'm not using Vaseline. I'm not using body gel from a shower. I'm not using any of that bullshit in my products. So feel free, you can call it Crisco if you want to, but it really doesn't make a damn, because here's why. See, regardless of what I'm using in there, the product will literally waltz its foot from your ass to your tonsils on performance. I've given up on you. You had your opportunity to go head to head in a public challenge, but you pushed out. because you are a big ass pussy willow. You know that you'll never get out of your house. I know that. And that's all I need to know. Because here's the thing you got to think about. And I've said this before, guys, but I can't make this any clearer. When you have to use a 5,000 to 6,000 lumen projector to get a decent image in a dark ass cave room on a 100 or 115 inch screen, it ain't a screen. It's a damn backdrop. That's all it is. It's just a dark gray backdrop. And as people are already talking about, you can see this new stuff. You can see the roll off on the sides of the screen, which means that he's doing nothing but just putting a cheap ass coat of polyurethane over the top of it. Now, folks, you got to ask yourself something, because this kind of community's been around for a while. And people come out here looking for screens that are going to do whatever purpose that they have, whether they're looking for something for a dark room. Most of the people I've interacted with, they're looking for something that's going to stand up to a pretty good degree of light in the room, which, some of these light gray paint screens are not going to do. That's just the reality. Not well, okay? But neither is the black. It's just a black Lambertian piece of shit. And you got to ask yourself, Ken, what's to stop me or somebody else like me from coming out, picking up some cheap ass old Christies that have been refurbished? Total pieces of junk, for the price that you're paying for them. What's stopping somebody from buying 2 or 3 of those and just using a damn black Lambertian paint mix and competing with you from doing the same thing that you do? Because that's all you got. And there's nothing stopping anyone else from doing the same damn thing. So you've kind of nested yourself into a whirlwind where, quite frankly, if somebody decided to come up and challenge you, they could do the same thing you do. And what are you going to do? Not a damn thing, because you will never get out of your house. You're never going to be able to prove that your product's more than a piece of shit. So say whatever you want to say. The bottom line is, you pussed out. You will never present any type of challenge to me, man. You just won't. Because here's why. I can make what you make better than you make it, could sell it a hell of a lot cheaper than what you sell it. I just choose not to. But you cannot create what I make. You can't. Not even close. That's why you don't screw with me. One of the few reasons why you don't screw with me. The folks who come to me are generally looking for something that'll stand up in a pretty good degree of light. And that's been the coup de grace out there all this time. Because it's easy enough to find light gray screens. You got to ask yourself, again, what's to stop people from going to Home Depot or Lowe's and picking up a bunch of swatches of different grays and coming home with their projector in their environment and being able to test out which one of those is going to perform better in their environment, and just buying that and doing it themselves without spending $50, $60, $70. Think about it. That's a very, very applicable approach. Just get a bunch of swatches. As a matter of fact, I know people who've done it. But what those swatches won't do, what none of that paint will do, is hold up extremely well in light, which is why people navigate to ALR screens. And we're going to be describing, when we do our launch, we're going to be describing what the ALR portion of our screens is, how it works, scientifically, factually, how it works, and how it doesn't work. Okay? So the kind of things that it doesn't do. We're always going to be transparent and honest about those things and upfront, but I'm not going to back up and not call my product something that it actually is. And those who have seen it firsthand know that it stands up to a very good degree of light. Much more than a standard paint mix. So, granted, There are a bunch of cavers out there who they don't care anything about that. But with the onset of USTs and the popularity of them growing, you're going to see more people who want these things to stand up in their living room like a television and not be subjected to sitting in a dark room all the time. I'm not knocking that. If that's what people enjoy it. I don't even go to the damn movie theater anymore because I don't like sitting in a dark room for 2 to 3 hours. Some of these movies now have gotten to almost 3 hours long. I'm not going to sit in a dark room with a whole bunch of people I don't know where you can't get up, go to the bathroom without pausing something. It's just, it ain't my thing no more. And there's a lot of people like that, and they would rather be at home. They would rather watch something in the luxury of their own home without having to turn all the lights out. How weird is it to be sitting in a room watching a football game or a basketball game with a bunch of dudes and you're sitting there in the dark? Okay, it's kind of creepy. So that's not what a lot of the new folks who are coming into projection are looking for. So just throw that out there. All right. So with that, we're going to continue to make some small little refinements to the channel. We do have some other content that we're going to start, putting up sometime probably later towards the end of the year. But we'll continue to use our music intros and our music exits. Because I like for my viewers to know that I'm capable of more than just hitting the record button on the phone. All right. So with that, I'll let you guys go. I'm hoping everybody out there is doing well and having a good day. You guys take care, and we'll talk soon.